Hello and welcome back. I hope you're well and I hope you keep making money. In today's episode, I want to talk about how to get a high-end paying job with no university degree. Let's dive in. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. So how can you actually go with no university degree or training to a high-end job which pays you a lot of money without having to go through university, without having to sit there on exams, on classes, but still have the knowledge to go there at the top? Can you do that? Yes, you can. You see, a lot of the time people think that they need to hustle a lot, if not all their life, in order to be worthy of something great. Because we are wired this way since the kindergarten, since nursery, since high school, you name it, to just be obedient and work very, very hard in order to get something. And most of the time that something is nothing or some crumbs. Because all those years of you studying and being a nice person and staying in your lane and doing all the right things that you need to do in order to achieve something and get there where you actually want to be, doesn't pay off. What they're going to pay you at the end of your hustling years of learning and studying and being a good citizen and everything, being a good person, is not going to pay off. Especially nowadays that salary, a minimum salary, doesn't even begin to cover the cost of living, which includes things from rent to food to bills to clothing, not to mention travel. If you want to travel, you want to take vacations once a year or so, and nothing from what they're paying you doesn't begin to cover that. You're still going to be in a situation where you have to choose between things and prioritize things in order to make it and make the ends meet. Because at the end of the month, you're going to be happy for a couple of days when you're getting paid, and then all the month or the next month you're going to wait for the other end of the month when you're going to get paid again. So it's kind of not worth it to go through all universities and all studies. And if I knew this back in my 20s, I probably wouldn't go through it again, even though I have, and I'm grateful that I've gathered so much knowledge on every field that I wanted to gather knowledge, and that field was finance, and for me it paid off. But I have spent a lot of time in school, a lot of time in universities, on my master's degree, on everything, to learn things that I could have learned simply by following a shortcut that I'm going to talk with you very soon. There are shortcuts, legal shortcuts, normal shortcuts, shortcuts that you can take and don't feel guilty about not going all the way through university and classes and all that. And you're going to achieve the end result, the same result, if not even higher than those who sat in a university and sat all exams and have been through all that hassle. You can do that, and that is very simple. So here it comes. The most beautiful part of this is that you can actually make it. Decide on whatever job you want. Imagine, close your eyes and think, what would be the one job that I dream about? Where do I see myself? What am I wearing? How am I carrying myself? What would the normal day look like? Would I have a car given by the job that I work? Would I have all sorts of bonuses, vacations paid? Would I have health insurance? Would I have a good salary? Would that salary pay me enough so that I can just live peacefully every month, month after month, and have something on the side saved from that job? Imagine first, write it down. Imagine everything and write it down. How do you carry yourself? What do you do? What's that job? Is it somewhere where you have to deal with clients all day? Or is it somewhere where you have to sit at the desk unbothered by other people and just minding your own thing? What's your way of being like? What kind of person you are? Are you charismatic? Figure out these things first. Are you a shy person? Are you someone who likes to just sit in their own corner and do the best they can? Some people excel at that. Some other people cannot keep their mouth shut, and then that is an advantage that they can use in order to make sales, in order to talk to customers. Each and every person can be used and is brilliant at their own field. So each and every one of you can find something that they're actually good at. And try and think long term, not only now. I would like to make money now and be happy and content and then I'll see. No, try and think long term, like 10, 20 years from now. What kind of person are you? How much money do you have in your bank account? How much money do you have in your wallet? How many times a year can you afford to travel? Can you afford to go out, and how often? What kind of clothing are you wearing? How do you smell? Why not? What perfume do you use? What would you like your house to smell like? Would you be married with children, or would you be by yourself? What's your dream? Figure out your dream, your passion. Because if you figure out that, it is very much easier for you to get to the next level. Once you have written down on pen and paper, because that has the most effect on everyone. Whatever you write in pen and paper, not a notepad or just pen and paper, plain pen and paper, you will see results. I remember once I started using pen and paper, all my dreams, sooner or later, came true. And I couldn't believe it. I keep finding papers from 10, 20 years ago, and I said to myself, hold on, I made that, I've done that, I am there. I just forgot about it. That was my dream, and I wanted so much to be there. How does it feel? And years later, I am there. And now my dreams have escalated. I want more of this, more of that. I want something else out of life, but every dream that I wrote became true. So take a pen and paper and write it down. Next, Google highest paying jobs in that field which you choose. After you do that, Google the companies in your city. What are the cities that you dream to live in? Maybe you want to relocate, or if not, in that city. What are the highest paying jobs in your city, and what companies have that job? So once you figure out that, You go onto their website and you apply for an apprenticeship. Yes, the apprenticeship is the easiest way to get where you want to be without a university degree. What an apprenticeship is, for those of you who don't know, is basically getting hired by a company who is willing to train you from scratch in that field area, while giving you salary as well. They will train you there. They will teach you everything that you need to know. And they will give you a salary. That training apprenticeship might be a year or 2 or maybe 3, who knows? It really depends. But at the end, they're gonna give you the opportunity to get hired in the same company, because they haven't invested that much knowledge and they paid you a salary just for you to take that knowledge and give it to their competitor, who knows? They will hire you. You have 80%, if not 90% chance of getting hired, maybe more, in that company. Everybody I know and who has followed an apprenticeship has got jobs in that company. So, that being said, you have to search for apprenticeships which are good for you and you like the salary. You can always, don't forget, you can always negotiate a little the salary. It's not going to be much at the beginning, but once you get hired by that company, bear in mind you have the knowledge of a university graduate, but also you have a salary, and your salary is going to bump up once you get hired by the company. And do not forget that people will trust you more because you've been with them for so long. Managers in that company will give you the tasks that they trust you will achieve. So having someone just newly hired is not going to be the same as giving a task to someone who has already been there for so many years. So that is a huge advantage and a huge selling point for you. Once you've got hired by that company, never forget, I keep saying that, never forget, you can renegotiate your salary, and you should do so every kind of year or so. Once in 12-13 months you can renegotiate your salary, and don't sell yourself short, because every year that goes by you accumulate more knowledge, and that knowledge is so valuable that needs to be paid more. For example, it's not only what you know, but what you know how to do. You know how to execute, and you know how to deliver in a fast and trustworthy manner. So don't forget about renegotiating your salary every 13 months or so. Yeah, that is the way you gain a high and paying job without your university degree. And say, for example, you want to leave that company, you found something better, a better company in the same field. Once you finish this apprenticeship, they will give you a diploma, an apprenticeship diploma, which is equivalent, bear in mind, equivalent with a university diploma. So you can achieve a university degree plus work experience in half the time. University usually is 3 years, while an apprenticeship is usually half that. It can be longer, but usually it's around a year or so. There are I heard of 3 years apprenticeships, but those are very, very rare. So let's get this off the table. Around 1 year, 1.5 years, you're gonna get your apprenticeship done You're gonna get the diploma and you're gonna have the work experience, compared to the university graduates who don't have work experience. They just got out of the university, they're like lost in the workplace, they don't know where to get hired, how to get hired, what to do, how to even make their CV look interesting, and you've got all this going on for yourself. Don't forget, apprenticeship. Go for an apprenticeship. If you just finished college, or even, I'm not sure if the requirement is to finish college, or you can do it earlier. I'm not sure, but it depends. Check it with the company and sign up for their apprenticeship program, because even though they're paying you less than they usually would pay someone with a university degree, that's because they're training you, and you're gonna get something as well, usually much more than a university graduate. So go for it, even though it's less. Just go for it. Believe in yourself. See the end of the tunnel, see the light at the end of the tunnel, believe in yourself, and just go for it. Apprenticeship. And once you start rolling, right? So you're not in school anymore, you're not in a university anymore, you're just in the work field, learning and working, which is great, because you will gain years which those in university will lose. They will lose years from their life, which honestly they're not going to see back, because they've sat there learning and being honestly depressed, because exams are stressful, and deadlines and all kinds of situations and work groups and everything that goes on in a university. It's stressful, highly stressful, and nobody gives you any reward for, I don't know, doing great in an exam. For example, if you've done great in an exam, the most you can get is a tap on the shoulder. Well done. By your parents, the most. And sometimes if you have good teachers, they will congratulate you as well, but that never happens, because everybody tries the same thing as you. 30, 40 people in the same class as you, in the same group, who knows. Just don't. It's good. If you can, if I would have to do this again, I would first go to and follow an apprenticeship, and probably I would have the diploma of university, but I don't know, distance, online kind of thing. I would not just go there as I have physically every day, Monday to Friday, for so long. I lost years from my life doing that, and what for? So at the end of the day I would be like, so now what? I finished, I've gone for my master's degree, I was working in that job, and now I want that job, and that's paying better, and that has more bonuses than the other. So weighing the situations. No, just go, be bold. Just go for it and don't look back. Do an apprenticeship, and if they hire you, say thank you, go and work there. And if you want to at some point to quit that job, you can do that, because you're gonna have the diploma that they gave you after finishing the apprenticeship. So with that diploma in that field, you can go to another company, even their competition or something, with the knowledge that you've got, both work experience and general knowledge in that field, and that is super valuable. Apparently an apprenticeship is more valuable than the actual university degree. So do go for that. Do try and make everything in your power to make this happen, and don't waste years from your life. Nobody's gonna give you back those years. You've got here and now. This is what you've got here and now. Make the most of it and try and set yourself financially free before you reach 30. That is so important. If you're between 15, 20, 25, Don't waste time. This is the time when you need to make money. Forget about getting married at this time, or having boyfriend or girlfriend or things like that. Forget about partying. No, now you need to focus on your financial future. So in the future you will be set, and you won't have to worry about paying off your car loan, or having to worry about paying off your mortgage, for that matter. In your 20s is the time to make money. And why did I say 15? Because in the while you're 15, there are some times where actually 16 is the age when you can get hired with the parents' permission. Yes, if your parents give you the permission, written permission, you can get hired at 16. But even though you're not doing so, at 18 you can get hired for sure anywhere. And yeah, this is how you make it happen. Yeah, I hope you go for an apprenticeship, and do not let this huge opportunity slip, because most of the big companies do offer an apprenticeship. And why aim low, like being a cashier, nothing's wrong with that, don't get me wrong. I've done in my past all sorts of jobs, from waitress to everything. So now being in finance, I look back, why did I do that? Because it was nice at the time, it was a good salary at the time, I was young, but I could have aimed so much more, because I know my potential, and I know everybody has the same potential. Nobody's like, people are so underrated. I know everybody's super smart, and I know if they put their head to it, they can make it, they can do it, and you can do it too. All you have to do is believe in yourself. Don't listen to all sorts of friends and family who will tell you, well, you're not good enough, you're not qualified, or maybe not today. Do you know what? Everybody's doing the same thing. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You're just too late at the party. Don't believe things like that. Nobody who wants the best for you won't tell you that. They will tell you, go for it, do it, see you later. And they will give you the time and space to do that. But people who would not have, let's say, their best interests at heart for you, will actually say, well, you're kind of late to the party, everybody does that, don't listen to them, you don't need them, just let them talk if you will, and their family, but do not listen to what they're saying, because it is dumb to take financial advice. It is dumb to take advice from people who earn less than you, or haven't got the same goals as you, because you might be dreaming of having everything by the age you're 30, everything that you wished for, while they might be in their 50s and didn't accomplish much. So from their point of view, that's not possible. But you know who you are, and you know what your dreams are. So make those happen, and stop listening to all these people who want to just keep you at their level, essentially, because they couldn't deal with the fact that you are actually going to have your mortgage paid off by the age of 30, and you are going to have a nice car, and probably paid all your cards in time, and have money set aside. Not everybody can deal with that. Most of the time people will tell you things like, okay, go for it, go, you can do it. But when you actually do it, they say, well, I think that's enough, that's okay, this is the level where you need to stop. Don't listen to that. Listen to your inner voice, listen to your gut, listen to what you have in line for yourself and what your dreams are. So if you dream about having a high-end paying job, go for it. By all means, go for it. Search the best company in the world, go for it. Even if you have to start super low there, persistence is key. because today you're there as a beginner, and so on. Probably year after year, you're gonna get to a level where you're gonna be home there. You know that company so well. Imagine yourself being nicely dressed and driving a nice car and going to a high-end paying job, yes. And these companies are, wow, nobody who likes this kind of corporate ladder won't say no, because they've got these benefits, which, even though I advocate for freedom, I also advocate for financial stability, and that is stability. Sometimes financial freedom starts like this: working in a big company and being faithful to them until you figure out how to be your own boss and break free. But these big companies do pay the bills, and everybody wants that dream, you know, the American dream, the British dream, the whatever dream, because these high-end paying jobs actually pay good money, and they have good salaries. And bonuses, let's not talk about bonuses, and gym membership inside of the building, and car, and health insurance, and dental insurance, and they have a canteen at work, you can eat there. So literally you don't have to go home unless you want to. They even match people with the same type of, which have the same energy, colleague workers, so you can initiate friendships there. This is so, at the beginning I thought it was sneaky from their part to do so, because, for example, if you have family, they would match you or put your office close to those who also have families and kids, so you're kind of in the same vibe and you initiate friendships, and therefore you want to go every day there to work. And some other companies even have nurseries inside of the office building, so you would bring your kid to the work, either downstairs or next to you they have cubicles where you can place your toddlers and work. Like, this is beyond, like, who doesn't want to go there? And they've got vacations paid by that company. And let's not talk about happy hour on Friday. Oh my gosh, happy hour on Friday. Everybody's like breaking the doors on Friday, waiting to go to a happy hour. It's like drinks paid by the company for all the colleagues to enjoy in a, I don't know, bar or a restaurant or something, and everybody needs to like cool off after a period of work, long working hours in an office. So yeah, go for a corporate job like this in an office, because before being your own boss you need to just learn the basics, and the basics is learn how to have a job and learn how to actually be in an environment like this. It is essential that you do, and chances are that you won't want to go from there next 10 years, because it is beautiful. It is beautiful, and unless you've got something better with more benefits and a higher salary, you won't have a reason to not go there, unless your situation changes in such a way that you actually have to adjust your living situation, or you move country or anything. But even if you move country, those companies, those high-end, which I'm talking about, companies delegate as well, so you can work for the same company in a different country, and they can accommodate your life there. They will pay for rent there, they will pay for travels, expenses, everything. So there you go. Don't forget and remember, forever apprenticeship for you, for your children. I don't think there is an age limit. You can start from 16, 18, and I've seen even old people even in these apprenticeship programs, and it's not weird anymore, because yeah, normally it's young people, but sometimes you see older people and they're like, they're starting with you at the same time, and that's okay. There is no time limit, and it's never too late. It's never too late. Remember that. It's never too late to begin your journey. You can do it. Just believe in yourself, and remember, apprenticeship is the word you're looking for. Until next time, all the best. I hope you keep making money.